Well, good morning and thanks for watching. Today is Tuesday, the 25th, I believe, of February, and the weather has warmed up beautiful. It has been nice the last couple of days. Today is supposed to be 70 degrees plus, so we're gonna get out here and make hay while the sun shines. Today we need to work the goats, and when I say work the goats, what I mean by that is we're gonna put them through the chute here. We're gonna give them their CDT shots. We're gonna give them a copper bolus. We're gonna check their eyes, see if they're carrying a parasite load. If so, we'll deworm them. And we're gonna check their feet. So let me turn you around and give you a look at them. Now what we have here are all our females. Over here, we've got our yearlings and our bred does, our pregnant does. And what we need to do, we're going to put them through the chute and we're going to separate them. We're going to take our yearlings, and I've taken my electric netting, I've separated this big pasture off. So we're going to put our yearlings in the front pasture over here and just keep our bred does back here. We can keep a better eye on them. Now steer goats or wethers that are crossed in the other pasture, we're not doing anything to them. I've got them sowed, there's 10 of them. Got them sowed and they'll be leaving here in about 3 weeks. And then we'll get the billies up after they are gone and give them their shot in copper bolus. But for today, we're gonna get them and put them up because we're about 3 weeks away from kidding starting, supposedly. I'll show you that in a minute. I put the does in with the billies on October 15th. So 5 months, it'll put you about the middle of March. So if you'll look right there, you see those 2 little babies right there? The Wilma had, that's a little girl standing up there, a little brown spotted one, and a little boy, light colored one, laying up under her. Day before yesterday, came home from church, came pulling down the driveway. All of a sudden I stopped, I backed up, looked again. I told my wife, I said, she got a baby. My wife says, there's another one laying down in front of her. So Wilma there's got twins. Now I wasn't expecting any, like I say, till the middle of March. And they don't look like they're 3 weeks early. So I don't know what the deal is there, but you got 2 healthy babies, so I'm not complaining. We gotta get them all up, get the rest of them worked before the babies start coming, and get them separated. Now I'm not gonna bore you making you watch me work them, because I did that last year. Got a video of that last year. So we're gonna get them up, get them in this chute right here, get them in our sleep right here, and get them up through there and get to working. So let's get to it. Okay, we got them all in the sweep back there. Getting ready to go. We're gonna give them 2 cc's of CDT, a copper bolus, and check them for parasites and check their feet. And I came out here yesterday and I set up my chute right here, a little temporary thing I did last time, and just a pain in the butt to take down and set up. So I've got it right in there where I work the cattle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come about halfway down this chute right here and put me an off chute right here and set up my my goat chute there where I can just keep it there permanently. It'd be a whole lot simpler. So I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks, depending on the weather. So all right, there they are. Let's get going. It's getting hot out here. I'm gonna have to come out of this hoodie. Well, the goats are worked, and I'm gonna tell you what, that was an exhausting day. They didn't want to cooperate, not all of them, like I want them to. But over here we have our 12 bred does, which, as I said, ought to be about 3 weeks away, but if you saw, one of them had babies early. That one little brown one right there, she shouldn't be in here, but it doesn't matter because she's going to the sale. She's just a little runt from the year before last. And she's going to be out here anyway. But we've got 12 bred nannies in here. And then over here, let's step around here. We got our little goats, our weanlings I call them. They ought to be a year old about first part of April. But here they are, we got them separated off. So they in this lot over here by themselves. I put that little temporary up through there. And a one steer goat right here that my wife made me keep because she's her pet. He's her pet. So we've got 10 little young nannies in here and this one steer goat and 12 on the other side. So we worked 23 goats today. As I say, they just didn't want to cooperate. Some of them came on up in there and did right. And some, let me show you right here. I'm gonna have to figure something out. What we'd do is bring them right this out of the way, just like we do our cows. Have that open right there. And I'd have this little door open. So what we'd do is bring them right up this little alleyway. And get right here. I'd shut this door behind them right here. Get them in here, then try to get them up into here. Because they got to go up this little bit of ramp. Because that's elevated about 10 inches. They didn't want to go. And once I got them up in there, a lot of them didn't want to step on up into the chute there. So I had to take a halter and put on a good many of them. A little calf halter and pull them on in there. Now if you've noticed, the goats we have are not little goats. They're Nemean goats, and they're big and they're heavy and they're stubborn. And if they don't want to go, they can be a pain. And some of them were, but we got them. So I'll sleep good tonight. The goats will work, goats are separated. Now we're ready for babies. Okay, well fast forward 2.5 weeks. It has been 2.5 weeks since we worked the goats. We've had no more babies born, but it is time. And we'll take a look at the goats in a few minutes. Let's talk about gardening. So let's go in here in the hub right here. You saw a few weeks ago we started some planted some seed and started some seedlings. Let's go take a look at them because it's not going to be long. It's going to be time for us to start planting. Let's go look at seedlings. All right, here we are out here at the hub. And right here, you see we've got tomato plants here. We've got some Mountain Fresh. Pull them out a little bit. Some Mountain Fresh and some Better Boys. There and there. What I did when I started these, if you watch that, you saw I started them in these little cups right here. And I started put like two seed in each cup. And it looked like we had almost 100% germination on them because I came back a few days ago to separate them. So we have got way more tomato plants than we're going to need. But I give some away to some friends and family. I'd rather have too many, not enough. So I give some away and make everybody happy. But our tomato plants are doing great. And right here, got our peppers, some jalapenos, and cayennes. They're doing good. And right here we've got some broccoli, Sun King broccoli. And I split it, got some more right here. And we're going to plant some of that in just a little while. And we've got our petunias are doing good. Our pansies came along okay. Then over here I've got some more tomato plants here. Some cayenne peppers and jalapenos. They're doing real good. Then over here we've got some basil, came up good. Now on our parsley, nothing there. Our sweet brown peppers just had one germinate on it. But they were all old seeds, so I'm not complaining. And then here we've got Blue Ridge kale, a good bit of it. We're going to plant it in just a little while. Our cilantro came up also. So we're going to go out here and take a look at the garden, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do just shortly. Okay, we're out here at the garden. And as you can see, I got out here a few days ago and I cleaned it up. I got my beds prepared and they're ready to go. And that's our garlic we planted back in the fall. And it's doing real good. You come inside here, you see we got everything here. We've got our beds, they're ready to plant. Well, what we're going to do today, if we're going to get out here, we're going to put that green stalk together. There's my pot and mix right there. I'm going to fill it with. And I'm gonna plant some kale in it. And then right over here in this spot beside it here, we're gonna plant some broccoli. So that's all we're gonna plant from now on. I'm gonna try to do better this year. I'm always bad to want to get out and plant too early. But this year, Easter is late, Good Friday. It'd be good and warm by then. I think Easter's like what, the 20th? So we're gonna hold off to Good Friday to plant. So I've got everything prepped and ready to go. So let's go ahead and get our kale and our broccoli planted, and everything else is gonna wait. All right, well there you go. Got the green stalk put together. And I've got the bottom 2 tiers planted with some kale. There's 6 little pots to a tier, so we've got 12 kale plants put out there. And in the top 3, I'm gonna plant some more stuff. I got a little basil and I got some cilantro, a few more things I'm gonna plant there. But what you do is you fill up the reservoir on top, and it goes through. If you see the little gray things in there, there's a reservoir on each level, and it fills all those reservoirs up. They're all full. It drains out the bottom down there. There's little holes in each reservoir, which you can see it dripping right there, which feeds the cells. And then also it spins around. I'll come out here once a day when I'm doing my work and spin it around a little bit. But I did a video about a year ago this time. You can look back to last year and see I showed how I put it together and told a little more about it. But they're real good, I feel like, for people if you've got a limited space. If you just say an apartment and you got a patio that faces south, gets sunlight, it'll work there. If somebody's disabled or an older person that just wants a little something on the patio or deck and then plant a few little things, it's real handy. Plus there's not much bending down. But anyway, we've got that done with the kale, and I've got out 9 broccoli plants right here. And I've got a few more broccoli plants we might put out somewhere else, but that's all I'm gonna do for right now. As we know, kale and broccoli like the cold weather. So if it comes a little cold snap, it's not gonna bother them. But everything else, as far as my green beans, tomatoes, all that stuff, we're gonna wait to Good Friday to plant it, let the weather warm up and let the ground warm up. But there's our broccoli and our kale and our green stalk. Let's go take a look at the goats now. Okay, here are the goats. As I told you, it's been 2.5 weeks since we worked the goats. And they're just spread around. If you look, they're popping up pretty good. And it's been 5 months now, give or take, since they've been bred. And you can see old Penny here, she's bagging up good. She'll be ready for long. And that is Penny's daughter from year 4 last. She's the only first time one I got. She's big, she's ready just any time. And all the rest of these up here, just any time they're ready to go. Now we got a front coming through tomorrow evening. And anybody that's got livestock knows if you got something close to giving birth, you let a little front come through, and for some reason the barometric pressure or something a lot of times causes them to go ahead and kid. So but we're on kid patrol, so just any time, and I'll show you those kids, they just start coming. Now here are our 2 little ones right here. One getting up right there, our little Dolan, our little buck right there, and that's their mama right there, Wilma. And they're gonna be like 19 days old now. And the only thing I can tell you is they were just like 2+ weeks premature. But they were small, but they were healthy, and they're growing like weeds. As a matter of fact, the little Dolan, we dehorned her about 5 days ago, banded the little buckling, and gave them their CDT shots. So everything else here, we're just waiting on time. As they say, when the apple's ripe, it'll fall. So that's all we're waiting on. Now if you look way down there, you see some cows laying down there. I did move 4 cows over here. They're all bred. I've got 2 cows and 2 heifers. The 2 red ones are heifers. And one of the cows looks like she's getting close. You know, it's been almost 9 months since I put the bull in with them. So shouldn't be too much longer. Well, I'll have a calf or 2. So I've got them over here separated from the bull and the steers. And the grass is greening up just a little bit. We'll try to get some fertilizer down next week. But besides that, everything rocking along. Spring will be here in a few days. And I love the spring because the kids start coming, the calves coming, and especially the gardening. I love the garden if you've been watching any of my videos. So I'll be keeping an eye on the garden, showing you all that as I plant as we go along. Well, that's all for now. Just wanted to give everybody an update of what's going on here at Willow Oak. It's my time of year. I love the spring. Kids will be coming, the calves will be coming, and the garden, about time to plant. I always love doing that. As you can see, the weather's warmed up. I came out of that hoodie. It is a beautiful day here in the upstate of South Carolina. So we're gonna get out here and cut a little grass right quick. It has started growing up just enough for me to give it a little cut right quick. And do a few other little things today. But as always, until next time, hope you have a great week.